Flat. Vaibhav Agarwal is banking analyst with Angel Broking. He's joining us right now on the show. Vaibhav, good morning. Good to have you with us here. Let's just start with yesterday's story, or rather day before yesterday, the announcement that HDFC Bank is going to 9.35% on base rate. ICICI SBI at 9.7. HDFC Bank, in terms of its loan book linkage to base rate, is the lowest amongst its large peers. For others, it's much higher. So HDFC Bank can do it. Can others come down to 9.35? Is it a given that it's only a matter of time before everybody is at 9.35, slightly higher or even lower than that?
Well, we have seen it in the past as well that as far as the lending market is concerned, it is very price sensitive. And, especially at the base rate level, we would expect that, some of the other larger banks would eventually have to, match these rates. We would not foresee an SBI, to remain much above an HDFC Bank for an extended period of time. So, possibly this is going to drive the other banks into, base rate actions as well.
So others will also be at around that same level, right?
Yeah, I mean, eventually, because like I said, I mean, that is what has been seen in the past as well. Especially at that AAA rated kind of market, it is very price sensitive. So it would be difficult for, the other larger banks to maintain a higher rate for an extended period of time. I think with this kind of an action, they would also probably be driven towards it. And I mean, at the same time, the fact remains that even the others are seeing a similar kind of a reduction in their cost of deposits. So as far as the cost of funds is concerned, most banks would be in a position to, cut rates as well. It's just that, the other thing which has been, possibly slowing down this whole base rate cuts is the fact that for PSU banks, their asset quality has been very bad and their capital position is also not that great. So this time we've not seen them or, not seen some of the larger PSU banks taking the lead, which is where the difference is coming in. So they've been hesitant because of the overall poorer profitability that they have.
SBI's 75% of loan book is linked to base rate. For ICICI, it's 50%. For others, it's around that same high level. For HDFC Bank, it's about 15-20%. I mean, so does this do margin damage?
Well, like I said, the important thing is that the cost of funds also over the last 3 to 6 months, almost all the banks have reduced their deposit rates by 75 basis points at least. And eventually this is going to start showing into the quarterly, cost of funds as well. But yeah, I mean, at the same time, in the immediate quarter where there is a larger base rate cut, as a thumb rule for an SBI, let's say a 10 basis points base rate cut could impact margins by around, 3 to 4 basis points. So that kind of a thumb rule would apply. So, to that extent in the immediate quarter where these banks also cut their base rates, they would see, especially the PSU banks which do have a higher percentage of base rate linked loans at, close to around 70% on an average. That kind of impact would be there in the immediate quarter.
For the full year though, financial year 16, if say base rates go down to about stay at about 9%, right? 9.2, 9.3, 9% in that range. Do you see, because as you said, deposit rates are down 75, even 100 basis points in some cases. Base rates are only down 30, 40 basis points. Do you see any overall impact for the full year? In the near term, margins may come under pressure, but over the year, you think it'll balance out?
In our view, it will balance out. That is the first thing. And the other thing is, like I said, the competitive intensity in the banking system right now is very reduced because a large part of the system, which is the PSU banks, are not really competing aggressively because neither do they have the kind of capital required to compete aggressively or to chase loans aggressively. And at the same time, nor do they have the PNL, because of the NPA burden. So, even though at the base rate, you may see certain actions, but eventually it is the overall lending market. We see that the level of aggression is not really very high at all. So, we would not really expect banks to very aggressively compete and forgo margins, in the desire to chase loans, in this year. So we are not expecting margins to see a material dip. The impact on margins, in fact, whatever is coming is also coming from NPAs. As the NPAs pile up, the interest income from those NPAs getting derecognized, that is impacting margins more than any rate actions.
Yeah, no, got that. Let's get to the other bit, which is the RBI paper on base rate calculation, calculated on the marginal cost of funding. What is, if that is accepted, what will that do? Will that also structurally change the game? And to what extent?
We really have to, wait and as of now, it's a draft paper. So let's see, in what form it finally gets implemented. But, there is no denying that, ultimately the base rate would impact your entire loan book, while just looking at the marginal cost of funds, so that would create lead and lag effects in the, margins. Because of the difference in the repricing behavior of deposits versus loans. So in a declining interest rate environment, of course, it would be a bit of a negative, if this is implemented in this environment where we expect interest rates to have a downward bias. And at the same time, when interest rates are going up, it would be, helping margins. So, but yeah, it does create a gap between, the repricing. And to that extent, there can be negative and positive impacts. But I think it's we have to wait and watch whether it is eventually implemented in its current form.
But you would have some idea, I mean, in terms of what kind of impact, if it is purely as because the governor has spoken about it in his interactions with the media as well, right? How this should be done, and there has been, the point that you make, the lead and lag point, has been made by bankers as well. But if it is implemented like it is being said and talked about right now, is this a big one in terms of, especially in a declining rate environment, which everyone expects to be in for the next couple of years? Do you see this as a big problem?
Well, and not necessarily a big problem. I think it is more of a short-term issue. Like I said, a 10 basis points, cut in the base rate can impact margins by about 3 to 4 basis points, unless it is compensated by a similar decline in the cost of funds. And so to that extent, in the immediate quarter, so what you would see is, in the immediate quarter where the base rate is cut, or where, interest rates, policy rates and deposit rates are heading downwards, you would see margins being lower. But then they would catch up again as cost of funds come down in the subsequent quarters. So there would be more of quarterly, maybe 1 or 2 quarter impact rather than a, medium term impact. In the fundamental sense, we don't really see this to be as a very major negative as such. It's more of a short term, phenomenon which might start impacting the quarterly, margin trends basically.
No, so I'm saying, is there a one-time adjustment which will be made? The lead and lag, beg your pardon, is fine. But is there a one-time adjustment as well? So, for example, if SBI's average cost of funding is say 6.5%, they're at about 9.7% base rate. So, is there any one-time adjustment which will be made? If you ignore the lead and lag for a while, is there some extra margin which they were being able to hold on to on a consistent basis, which disappears now?
I would doubt that, because even in the past what we have seen is that the RBI's intention is never to give a major one-time sort of a sudden shock in a particular quarter. They tend to provide enough leeway for a transition to a newer guideline, and we would be surprised if there is an immediate major impact. Anyways, the sector, especially the PSU banks, are grappling with profitability issues. So I don't think the objective over here would be to give a major one-time impact. Rather, it is to eventually, have a more effective policy transmission. So I don't think the objective is to have a very sudden, immediate, sort of a base rate cut being triggered by a transition. So I think there would be a transition period, and we would not be unduly worried about any major one-time, sort of short-term impact on banks because of this. But again, like I said, we have to really wait and watch how it actually sort of evolves.
Do you expect private banks to remain well bid, Vaibhav? Yes at 650, HDFC at 1,000, ICICI at 270. You think there'll be enough interest, or they can meaningfully head lower in the near term?
See, in the near term, because a lot of this sell-off is also driven by the external factors, and given the fact that a lot of these private banks are very highly overowned by the foreign investors. So there might be, and we have seen that some of these private sector banks, especially like the smaller ones like Yes Bank, do have a slightly higher beta as well. So in a correction, we have seen that they can, end up correcting a little bit more as well. So we might see slightly lower levels. We would view these, dips as good buying opportunities in these private banks, because the fundamental outlook remains quite strong. The earnings growth outlook remains at 20% for almost all of these private sector banks. And at these kind of valuations, now even an Axis Bank is close to 2 times or little less than 2 times price to book. A Yes Bank is well below that already. These are good buying opportunities because the fire view is that these banks will gain market share and will see good earnings growth. So yeah, we would view these corrections as good buying opportunities.
Okay. If there's one name which you think would survive the market turbulence, which one would it be in the private banking space?
Well, in the near term, if one wants to look at a particular bank which can correct the least and now in fact has a good upside as well, and HDFC Bank can in fact also be looked at now, with the slight bit of correction we have seen there. Even that stock for us now holds about a 22% kind of an upside. So very rarely is HDFC Bank available at less than the kind of premium that it typically trades at. So even that stock could be a good buy at this point of time.
Okay. Public sector bank names, I mean, except maybe say Bank of Baroda, which is still some 30-40 rupees higher than the lows that it was trading at before the PSU bank reforms which were announced. SBI, PNB, I mean, these are all now available back at those levels, lower levels. Any interest there, Vaibhav?
Well, honestly, before that rally happened, post the government announcements, we were a little skeptical in any case, whether that rally was justified, by the, changes that were being made. The basic problems relating to the weakness of the borrowers to which these banks have lent and the asset quality problems, in the metal sector, for example, have, things have become a little worse. In fact, so, fundamentally, we had not upgraded any of the PSU banks at that time. And, again, even though they are available at the same prices, but fundamentally, we are, not yet, having a buy view on most of these PSU banks. SBI is the only one where we still, do have a buy with a 15-20% kind of upside. But otherwise, broadly, we are still neutral on this space right now.
Vaibhav, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much for your time. Always good to get that perspective from you. Vaibhav Agarwal with Angel Broking there. Let's just take a very quick break.